Hello everyone. Welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you're new here, this channel slows the headlines down and gives you the full story, calmly, clearly, and in a format your text-to-speech can read beautifully. Today we're unpacking a viral moment that took over feeds in minutes, Elçin's Sangu, a role that required portraying pregnancy, a burst of celebratory messages, and the collective gasp that followed when fans realized the social post wasn't a personal "I'm expecting," but part of the craft. If you enjoy responsible deep dives, please like this video, subscribe, and consider clicking join to support more long-form coverage. Now, let's get into it. The spark was simple, a caption about the feeling of being pregnant, paired with images that radiated the quiet glow audiences associate with imminent motherhood. It was posted at the perfect hour, when workdays taper and timelines are primed for soft news. Within minutes, comment sections filled with confetti text, heartwarming wishes, and messages from viewers who grew up with Elçin's roles and felt a personal stake in her happiness. Fans wrote as if speaking to a relative, "Be careful, rest well, we're so happy for you." Others began stitching tribute edits, pairing stills from beloved scenes with soothing music and the words "so deserved." But in the space between admiration and assumption lies context. Anyone who had been following Elçin's current work knew she was embodying a character whose arc included pregnancy, from wardrobe to blocking to the emotional weight of scenes that track the small milestones of an expectant life. On set, the artistry was meticulous, posture adjusted to reflect center of gravity shifts, breath work modulated to carry both character and circumstance, costuming structured to evolve across episodes, signaling time's passage with quiet precision rather than loud tropes. In interviews, castmates praised the preparation, how Elçin kept notes on micro-gestures, how she and the director built a shared shorthand for "less show, more truth." So why did a role-related post feel like a personal revelation? Because Elçin's writing voice blurs the line between character and experience without breaking trust. In the caption, she didn't claim a private reality, she described a sensation, the layered emotion a woman might feel when carrying a life, the intimate awareness of time measured in heartbeats rather than hours. For an audience used to reading actors as narrators of their own lives, the words were enough to tip many into celebration. And in a media environment trained to sprint, not verify, aggregation accounts ran with the most clickable interpretation. The next act of the story unfolded quickly. Fan pages split into two gentle camps. One group, determined to protect joy, insisted the post must mean exactly what it seemed to mean. The other reminded everyone of the ongoing storyline, pointing out how the production had been seeding images of the character's journey for weeks. Screenshots circulated with timestamps, side-by-side comparisons appeared between wardrobe choices in the series and the stills in the post. A few thoughtful threads explained how professional teams approach pregnancy portrayals, consultants, fittings, safety protocols, and why audiences respond so strongly when performance is anchored in lived nuance. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere remained steady. The show's team had always planned for the character's pregnancy to be visible in promotional beats, teasers, behind-the-scenes photos, and actor reflections that highlight the craft rather than the gossip. The goal was never to confuse, but to invite viewers into a deeper appreciation of what it takes to carry a long-running arc with honesty. That strategy depends on restraint, share a feeling, not a spoiler, show the work, not the plot map. Let's pause on the craft, because it's the heart of this story. Portraying pregnancy on screen isn't simply a matter of padding and posture. It's timing, when to let a hand drift absent-mindedly to the abdomen, when to lean back during a laugh, when to accept a seat without making an announcement of it. It's sound, the way laughter breaks slightly sooner, the soft sigh as a character eases into a chair. It's choreography, how a character navigates crowded spaces with new spatial awareness, how stares become a scene partner. Elçin's approach, according to colleagues, was to build a vocabulary of small truths and then let that vocabulary speak quietly in scene after scene. The effect is cumulative. By the time a viewer reaches an emotional milestone, they've been prepared by 100 subtle cues. Why did some fans feel let down when they realized the caption was role-related? Because anticipation is powerful, and joy seeks a home. For years, Elçin has been a constant, capable of high comedy and quiet drama, generous in ensemble work, careful with public boundaries. When someone like that posts about a feeling as intimate as pregnancy, people want to invest emotionally. The disappointment wasn't anger at being tricked, it was a recalibration, moving the joy from the actress's private life back to the character's fictional one. And that, in a way, is a compliment to the performance, the line held so convincingly that audiences forgot there was a line at all. In the calmer hours that followed, the better accounts corrected their headlines. They quoted the caption precisely, avoiding extra words the actress never used. They reminded followers that in a recent press day, Elçin had spoken about the responsibility of portraying life stages with care, even when she's not personally in that stage, and her belief that audiences deserve performances built from research, empathy, and restraint. They also pointed to the realities of production. Insurance, schedules, physical considerations that make it unlikely any show would spring a real pregnancy on a team without careful planning and clear communication. The most interesting part of the reaction came from viewers who used the moment to reflect on how we read celebrity posts. Several long comments, widely shared, asked whether we have learned to expect artists to collapse the distance between self and role for our convenience, and whether our expectations are fair. Others praised Elçin for writing about a feeling without turning her private life into content, and for trusting viewers to appreciate the art for what it is. That trust, in time, was rewarded. The conversation shifted from "is she?" to "look at how she's doing this." Inside the writer's room, the arc continued to be treated as a story about character, not spectacle. The pregnancy serves as catalyst and mirror, it accelerates choices and reveals truths. Scenes are built around quiet stakes, how work changes, how friendships stretch, how stubborn independence learns to negotiate. The best romantic dramas understand that milestones aren't fireworks, they're negotiations with the self. Elçin's scenes lean into that wisdom, letting silence do what dialogue sometimes cannot. From a production standpoint, the episode also became a light lesson in media literacy. Audiences saw, in real time, how quickly ambiguity becomes certainty when incentives reward speed over accuracy. They also saw how easily certainty can be corrected when artists keep their footing and refuse to inflate or explain beyond what's necessary. A single follow-up line, calm, unhurried, was enough to nudge the discourse back to the work. The post reflected the role reflects a journey many will recognize, and the goal is to honor that journey with care. As for Elçin herself, the path forward looks refreshingly ordinary for a superstar in the middle of a trending cycle. Show up, do the scenes, protect the boundaries, and let the work answer questions louder than any caption can. Colleagues describe a set anchored by discipline and good humor. Between takes, notes are exchanged with the director, adjustments are tried, and continuity is protected with the kind of vigilance that keeps a long arc from fraying. It's the unglamorous part of a glamorous job, one she's always seemed to relish. So here's the clean summary you can quote at the end of your TTS. A heartfelt post from Elçin Sangu about the feeling of pregnancy led many fans to believe she was sharing personal news. In reality, the caption accompanied a performance arc that required portraying pregnancy on screen. The initial wave of celebration gave way to appreciation for the craft when context settled in. No deception, no scandal, just an actress writing about a feeling she's tasked with embodying, and a fandom reminded how convincing great acting can be. If you value this kind of careful storytelling, please like the video, subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. In the comments, tell us which small detail in Elçin's performance made the character feel real for you, a gesture, a line reading, a moment of silence. Your observations help shape what we explore next. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Take care, and goodbye.